Hi, I am Devon Morgan. What you are about to hear is an interview I gave about a book I have written called Demystifying Cancer, exposing the deception of the no cure for cancer. Why should this concern you? Well, according to the National Cancer Institute, 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women will get cancer, and the numbers of new cases will double by 2050. This means that either you will get it or somebody you know will get it. Now, do not be concerned that I wrote a book about cancer and I'm not a doctor. The knowledge of over 20 doctors and 2 clinical trials are the foundation of this book, plus 10 years of research. According to the WHO, or the World Health Organization, the cancer death rate stood at 7.6 million in 2008 and 8.2 million in 2012. This means that during the period between 2008 and 2012, the annual death rate was about 150,000 people. This means that the annual death rate is accelerating faster than it ever did. How do I know this to be true? If this cancer death rate started at the beginning of the 1900s, the death rate for 2012 would be about 16.8 million instead of the 8.2 million mentioned. Now, if it sounds like I'm trying to scare you, good reason, because I am trying to scare you, but with justification. Did you know that cancer is the #1 disease that kills children between the age of 1 and 14? If you don't believe me, Google it, search the internet. I wrote Demystifying Cancer to explain it in layman terms, so that anyone can understand the nature of the disease of cancer, and therefore at least drastically reduce the fear many of us have. We are usually afraid of the unknown. This is a proven fact. It is also proven by the fact that we are more afraid of cancer than heart disease, even though heart disease kills more people. Why is this? Because there's mystery surrounding cancer, but not so with heart disease. We know if your arteries are clogged, you can get a heart attack. True? The aim of my book, Demystifying Cancer, is to enhance your knowledge about the disease and therefore eliminate or reduce the fear you may have. With this knowledge, you will be able to help yourself or someone you care about. Please like this video and share it with everyone you know. Now listen to this interview, part 1 of 4. Thank you.
104.1 FM. We are talking today about the big C, cancer. I am Alison Henry. I'm a holistic nutritionist. Okay, so I look at helping the body to heal itself by introducing natural things that the body is already made of. I've got a really nice gentleman with me here today, and he is the author of the book called Demystifying Cancer. Getting to the bottom of it, understanding what cancer is about, and basically knowing what you can do. Help helping you to make an informed decision, not telling you to come away from alternative, from complementary or the system that you're already familiar with. It's telling you to understand that there's also another way, and it's worth tapping into that as well. The number you can ring here on today is, as always, it's 0208 904 5692. That's 0208 904 5692, or you can text on 07 950 78 581. So it's 07 950 787 581. And you can ask our brother here, Devon S.J. Morgan. He's the author of the book Demystifying Cancer, and it's to really help you to understand what cancer is about. I have seen the book, I've read the book, and it's very interesting. It's highly informative, and it really it was an eye-opener, really, what this is about. So, Devon, welcome back to the Food for Thought show. You're here today to tell us about your book. You write about demystifying cancer. For people who may have just joined us, can you tell us what this book is about, please?
Yes, really and truly, when I started to write it, my objective was, is it possible for me to make a seemingly complex subject simple?
Yeah.
So that was a challenge I gave myself. Can I make a seemingly complicated subject simple so that anybody could take it up?
Yeah.
Without having any form of medical background.
Right.
Which I don't have myself.
Yes.
Or any form of biology background, and understand it. And I've been told, at least by 2 persons who have read it, that I have actually done so. So, as I said, it was to take away this mystical proportion of the nature of the disease that seemed to envelop many people's mind, that it is this big, mysterious, mystical thing that can't be explained, and it's been defeating human effort for a century or more now.
Yes.
So the way people look at it is, well, if all the scientists and all the doctors have been on this for so long,
yes,
and they haven't come up with a definitive solution, it must be because this thing is really, really beyond our understanding. That's a natural conclusion to come to.
Beyond our understanding.
Yes, it has to be, if we've been at it for that long, because human beings, if we have a problem,
it's a hard one to tackle, isn't it?
Right.
Yes.
If human beings have a problem,
yes,
and especially we're talking about life-threatening problem,
right,
then you'd expect, because we are intelligent creatures, that we eventually solve the problem.
Yes, we try and get on top of it.
Right.
Yes.
If we haven't done that,
yes,
it's either the problem is way beyond our understanding,
yes,
or we're looking in the wrong direction.
Right.
And I found in my research that the reason is that we're looking in the wrong direction. So
yes,
that is what the book is about, to explain the direction they are looking. And in simple terms, they are looking at drug solution. In simple terms, they are focused on the symptom of the disease. Right. So they look to, because even it's in the language, it's the war against cancer. So it's a war. So they see cancer as cells, bad cells that are invading and attacking the body, and we need to fight back. You see in the word in all the adverts that they do, we need to fight back. And that is opposite to what the naturopath view is, that cancer is not something attacking your body. Just like a heart attack is not your heart attacking you, it's you attacking your heart, because you are the one in control.
Right.
So the book is to simplify the disease and for people to understand based on their research. Because this book is over 20 doctors that contribute with their information that is publicized on the internet, etc.,
right,
that contribute to writing the book.
So over 20 doctors have actually said this book.
Not said. I mean, I'm saying their information is there.
Information, okay.
There are people there who don't quite agree with the system as it is.
Right.
One particular doctor did a whole heap of research on chemotherapy and show you how devastating the whole thing is to people.
Oh dear.
So it's not a one-sided thing where everybody's in agreement,
right,
even within the system.
Right.
Because there are doctors out there who are saying, look, this is not right, but they are in the extreme minority. And as I said, there is 2 clinical research that were done.
Yes.
One in 1924 by Dr. Otto Warburg, and one in 2009 by Cancer Research UK.
Right.
And though the one in in 1924 came up with this idea about oxygen deprivation have something to do with cancer. In 2009, the headline read in the Mail on Sunday, "Oxygen kills cancer." That was the headline. And then they're saying it's a major breakthrough. And then you read that, so why is it a major breakthrough if Dr. Wagner were talking about the same thing in 1924? So it's as if the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. There is these different segments of people all doing their thing and all fixated in a system that supply drugs.
Right.
And even though they made this discovery about the role that oxygen deprivation had to do with the cancer, their thing is, now it has made the cancer cells more receptive to chemotherapy. So it never occurred to them, so hold on a minute. Why are you still going on this drugs thing? Isn't it possible that shouldn't we look at this oxygen thing at a more root cause? Maybe look at why did the cell lose its ability to utilize oxygen? Wouldn't that be the first question that you'd ask? And so let's trace it right back to the root. What caused the cell to lose its oxygen supply? So the point I want to make next is to this idea that they're looking for a cure. So I'm saying there is a deception in that, for the simple reason that there will never be a cure. And even their own law says it's illegal to say you've got a cure. So there will never be a cure because there will never be a single drug, a single herb, or anything that you could pop it in your mouth or whatever and you get rid of cancer. Because the research doesn't support that. The research suggests that the body changes, the body's biochemistry change from an acidic state to from an alkaline. The body's natural state is slightly alkaline. That's the natural healthy state of the body. So if your diet and lifestyle cause your body to shift to a very acidic state, that is the state, the underlying reason why you get many of the illnesses that we get, including cancer. So therefore, if the underlying thing is that your body's biochemistry has changed, no amount of herb or chemotherapy or anything is not going to solve that problem. All it's going to do is it might reduce the symptom of the disease, which is the cancer cells. Let us say you took something that was less harmful, like a herb, and it kills off the cancer cells. But you haven't solved the root problem, which is the body's biochemistry. All you've done is postpone the inevitable, because if you don't reverse the chemistry of the body back to its alkaline state, then the underlying cause of the disease is still there. And that is why even when they use the chemotherapy to burn it out of the body, or they use surgery to cut whatever they want to cut out, 9 times out of 10, if people didn't change their lifestyle and their diet, the thing comes back. And usually, especially after chemotherapy, the second time around is usually lethal. People usually die a lot quicker when it comes back the second time. And what they are saying, they call that the biphasic effect, which means that the cancer cells that survive the chemotherapy, they develop a resistance to it. So when they come back, it's like they went into the gym and built up their muscles. They're a lot more powerful the next time around because they went through an attack and they survived it. They come back the next time and you're finished within record time. So that's what happened to my aunt, who incidentally inspired me to actually write the book. Because her death, I couldn't save her with no matter what was said to her, because she was a nurse for 40 years. Until she retired.
Sorry, your aunt,
my auntie.
Your aunt passed from cancer.
She passed from cancer, and she was a nurse for 40 years.
She was a nurse for 40 years.
And when she had cancer the first time, and they she had breast cancer, as they call it, took the breast, and then eventually went through the usual stuff where they come up with, she went through remission, and then eventually they gave her the all clear. And everybody was celebrating except me, because I had an idea that this was not over. When it came back, within record time she was gone, and nothing that was said to her prior to all of that could have. Even when it came back the second time, and we tried to introduce her to some information, she wasn't even interested to look at the information, because once you believe in a system, especially because she worked in that system, it's very hard to change your mind about that system. Because and it's not something is wrong with her. It's just the way we are as human beings. You're not going to believe in something you don't understand. So that is why I encourage people, the best time to know about something is when you don't have the problem. So if you're going to do it's best to, in the time that we live in now, in view of the fact that they're saying 1 in 2 or 1 in 3 get cancer, what they're saying is that is either you're going to get it, somebody you know is going to get it. Because if it's that, that's the figures that the Cancer Research UK is quoting. 1 in 2 or 1 in 3 is going to get cancer. It's that serious now.
Wow.
But it's not declared to be an epidemic. But that many people, they reckon, is going to get this thing.
Yeah, but it should be an epidemic, should it not?
It should be. That's what I am saying. Especially when you take into account that the number 1 cause of death of children is cancer, between 1 and 14.
Wow.
That is serious.
Wow. We are speaking here today to Devon S. Morgan, who is the author of the book Demystifying Cancer. Get on your PC and Google it. Check it out. It's on Amazon, and you can purchase this book from Amazon. But you can also get little excerpts of it, so you'll be able to see what it's about, to have a little read of it. And ring it. The guy, he's here today. Ring. Ask questions. We have got to get on top of cancer. It's very, very important. It's plaguing us all. From through the diet, through the going outside in the air that we're breathing, all these sorts of things. You can call here today on 0208 904 5692. That's 0208 904 5692. Or send us a text on 07 950 787-581. Okay, we are speaking here, I repeat today, to Devon, Devon S.J. Morgan. He is the author of the book. It's a must read, Demystifying Cancer. Okay, I read a little bit, just a couple of lines here. It says, this book, what this book is intended to do, the book is intended to expose the facts surrounding the processes that cause cancer. And this information will give you understanding on how to avoid the disease. It will show how people have reversed and eliminated this disease without ever using surgery or drugs, such as the cell damaging treatments of chemotherapy and radiotherapy, must